Now, because of the simplicity of Bronson and the 4-button user interface, we've added a 1 press and a 2 press, and in some cases a 3 press functionality. And as someone suggested, let's have a QR code or a recipe somewhere, and we suggested underneath the coffee hopper lid. Also a QR code to take you online, so you can also see how it works, and maybe we'll throw some recipes in there as well. You know, how to make a magic latte, a piccolo, a ristretto, what they mean. So press the hot water once. It's a big cause of noise in other coffee machines, the vibration, and it hits plastic, that brrr you hear often. We've really housed it in soft yet firm silicone to absorb that vibration. So press once is a continuous flow, and you press to stop it. Now we did experiment while we're there with holding the button down. However, we found that the steam while your hand was there would rise up and it would get a bit uncomfortable. And also users who hadn't experienced Bronson before came over to use the hot water button, and we got them to use it, and they didn't understand to hold it at the start. In their minds, they thought they'd have to press it and then press it again to stop it. And it feels like that's the most common human way to understand the machine. Of course, it's going to be very hot, which is what we want. It is hot water. Okay, next we'll press the hot water button twice. Let's use a mug so I don't burn my hands. So I've just double pressed the hot water button. That'll do an 8-ounce cup of hot water. So you press it once, it simply turns the hot water on and won't stop until you press it. Press it twice, you get 8 ounces of hot water. If you press it 3 times, it'll do a 12-ounce cup of hot water. All right, let's look at the coffee. Let's start with our espresso. Press once. The 1 press will give us the 35 mils of espresso. Lovely layer of crema there, you can see it's separating. And the cameraman asked for a shot of coffee, so that's our press once for espresso. We're going to press twice now. And unlike other machines that simply run more hot water through the same puck, which means an over-extracted coffee, when you press a double espresso, Bronson will grind twice and pour twice to give you a true double espresso, not overcooked coffee. And the same will happen with any coffee drink on Bronson. When we do the extra large Americano, it'll grind twice. Just give me a moment while I polish this one off. I only had 2 this morning. All right, so we've pressed our espresso once, we've double pressed the espresso. We also have a triple espresso function, and that's to get our ristretto. I'll scull it back, but damn, that's hot coffee. It's something people talk about often, the temperature of the coffee. That is very, very hot coffee. It's one thing we're proud about with Bronson, that preheat technology that really allows the internals to get saturated with heat before it makes an espresso. So from the first cup to the last, they're always the right temperature for extraction and also for drinking. And final, the 3 press ristretto. You'll notice when I press it, you don't have to press really fast. It's something, again, we discussed while we we're programming it. One of the things we decided on was to slow down that press time, so you can simply press it in a comfortable rate. You'll also notice the flashing. I didn't bring it up with the other ones, but it's flashing 3 times now to let you know you've pressed that functionality. So with all the buttons, it'll flash once or twice or 3 times as it's doing to let you know you've pressed the button 3 times. And of course we have our ristretto, nice and short, for those who like more flavour and less caffeine. Okay, we've gone through the espresso functionality. Let's get to the black. A true Americano is half hot water, then half coffee. The reason being, if you pour hot water through that entire puck of coffee, for that entire 180, 200 mils, you will over extract the coffee. You will get a burnt taste. So if you have a larger Americano, what will happen is, just like with the double espresso, it will pour half that cup, then reset, grind again, and pour again. Be nice to have a clear cup for this so you can see the water separation, but I don't think I have one large enough, but that's okay, we'll zoom in. So our black button, for those people who ask, it's an Americano, it's a true long black, hot water first, then coffee. Americano long black, they're two terms that are interchangeable. It's the closest you'll get to your drip coffee for those people who asked if Bronson does drip coffee. No, it does black coffee. I know some machines claim to do it all. We don't. We just claim to do espresso and quality foam milk and true Americanos really, really well. So one press, hot water first. And there's our 8 ounce of true black coffee, still with the lovely crema. Might as well try this one too. Oh, that's fantastic. I've said it before, best job on earth. All right, so that's the one press, 8 ounce of coffee. Now we'll do the double press. Again, just like with the double espresso, that did 2 separate extractions. It ground the coffee twice. And a sip. You like a long black, don't you? Works.
Yeah, that's a long black. That's very clean.
I'm unable to do the triple press for the Americano because I don't have a mug big enough. I know a lot of you use a 20 ounce mug. I'll need to go get one. They're not easy to come by, but we increased this to allow for a 20 ounce mug. We have an 8, 12 and 16 ounce selection for the black button. So if you wanted a 20 ounce cup, you'd have to use the 8 ounce and then the 12 ounce to give you a 20 ounce pour. And if you want any more than that, 32 ounces, well, like people said, they have to pour into a cup and transfer it to their travel mug, which I don't think it's that much of a step to do that. We've done the hot water, we've done the espresso, we've done the black button. The milk has also 3 functions. We have the foam setting, which is press once. The hot flat milk, you press twice, that's for your flat whites. Not everyone likes foamy milk. And you press it 3 times for your cold foam milk. Some of you may have seen the YouTube video where we added protein powder to the frother first and then ran the cold foam milk, and it worked wonderfully. So you can actually add hot chocolate to the hot foam milk as well. We've trialed that as well. So really versatile frother. I don't think many other frothers on earth, especially the ones where they might suck the milk through tube and add steam, you're unable to do that. So this standalone milk froth is very versatile. It heats the milk up to 65 degrees. We did play with making it a little bit hotter, but we found that 65 degrees is very hot. And especially if you heat your mug up first, so this is the people who like a hot drink, the 65 degree milk, it's ideal for foaminess and getting some slight caramelization. Anything over 67 plus can give you a burnt taste, and you start to lose the texture, the quality of the foam bubbles. So that's why it's set at that temperature. So if you really like it hot, the idea is to heat up your cup, add a bit of hot water first, and then add your milk and add your coffee. It makes a big difference, a tremendous difference. Actually, we're talking 10 to 15 degrees, which is X amount in Fahrenheit. You'll all have to work that out. Right, the lid we mentioned. All right, so lid's on. Milk frother in. You can see it's on, waiting for our command. We'll start with the one press, the hot foam milk. Now the countdown timer works by counting down once it gets to temp. So it heats the milk first, then it froths it. So it'll count down from the froth section. We weren't able to set the countdown timer from the very start because it depends on how much milk you put inside the milk container. Depending on the quantity, depends how long it takes to heat. The less amount of milk, the faster it heats. It doesn't know how much milk's in there, but it does know when whatever amount of milk in there gets to a certain temperature, and that temperature is 65, we've set it at. So once it gets to 65, it'll then count down. I think it takes about 25 seconds after that to froth the milk, and it's always those last 10-20 seconds that are a bit itchy anyway. So you know that there's nothing you need to do until that countdown timer starts, and then we can pour our espresso. And unlike other machines on the market where you have to do your espresso first and then you can froth your milk because it requires the steam, so the coffee boiler can't be used. These can be used simultaneously. You can still make a coffee now while the milk's frothing, which we'll do. We'll get our latte glass, and remember the scalloping on this traditional classic latte glass is what these scallopings are modelled on. You can see the countdown timer started. So it started from 25 seconds. I run my espresso now. Here's our microfoam milk, ideal for cappuccinos, cafe lattes, and anything else you like foaming. So for those people who like foam, I know I'm one of them. I know we've demoed it before, but that is fantastic foam for your cafe lattes, cappuccinos. Glorious. And of course, non-stick surface there. All we do is rinse it out afterwards. We rinse, we put it back in. It's nice, we have a warning symbol come on so you can see what that looks like. So again, these are hidden, unlike the last model that they were painted on with a little light. The entire symbol is a light when something runs out. In this case, it's talking about the ground coffee because it has the exact same symbol below here. So you know that the ground coffee needs emptying. And there's our double section. Easy to remove. Like I said before, if we had to tip this out together as one entire compartment, that would spill somewhere. Yeah, either a quick rinse, or if you feel like it at the end of the month, you can put that in the dishwasher. Easy shape, easy to handle. Someone mentioned the pucks before, if they're dry. Nice and dry, not those soggy ones that you can find sometimes in machines. So it's a good opportunity to see our warning lights, how they operate. And despite making lots and lots of drinks, our water light still hasn't come on. We didn't fill it right up to the max line. We've been able to make multiple drinks because of that almost 1 gallon water tank there. And of course, if we had the direct connection on, this warning symbol for the water will never come on. Let's do our hot flat milk now, ideal for our flat whites. Bronson doesn't have preset drink recipes, and I love that because everyone likes different volumes of milk, and this allows you to do it. Just put in what you like, and you'll find over time with the markings in there which one suits you. And of course, different times of the day you like different volumes of milk. This allows you to do that. So we'll do the double press for the hot flat milk. Again, this lets you know that it's heating. There's a fraction with the hot flat milk, just a fine layer of froth towards the end, because an ideal flat white has just a thin layer. So this will recreate that, but ultimately most of that is just hot flat milk. We'll do a 12 ounce. So we'll press our espresso twice. So again, this shows you the versatility of Bronson. I want a 12 ounce drink. So we're going to do double the amount of coffee as we would in the 8 ounce. So we'll press the espresso twice, and we put in a larger volume of milk. So you can do the same for a 16 ounce. And if you want a weak coffee, you can press espresso 3 times. It'll give you that ristretto, so just a little bit of coffee with still a large volume of milk. There's your weak coffees. Countdown timer stopped. Our second shot's pouring. You can see that's much runnier. So it's just got that fine layer of foam on the top, but ultimately it is a strong flat white, just so you can see. There you go, just a thin layer of foam on the top. That's your hot flat milk. Such a good temperature. Again, all we do is rinse. And you know what's nice about making so many coffees? There's no mess. There's no ground coffee anywhere, no spillage, no waste on the drip tray. Apart from rinsing the milk frother, it really is an effortless, mess-free experience. And something we really try to replicate. You know, the waste water, the warning hasn't come on. It's so easy to empty. No fiddliness. You know, I had to empty a drip tray recently and it spilt on the floor because it was quite long. This won't happen. I mean, look how simple that is. Quick rinse if you like, back in, and we've just emptied the drip tank on Bronson. And because of how easily accessible it is, it really encourages it to be emptied. If this was a drip tray right now, I wouldn't empty it. I wouldn't want to do it. I would want to leave it in there until I'm forced to empty it. But you know what? Because it's easy to access, it encourages me to empty it more. So less chance of grime to build up, even though that can go in the dishwasher. But just really keeping it a clean, enjoyable experience. All right, let's do that last milk setting, cold milk foam. Press 3 times, flash 3 times, and because it's cold, the milk doesn't heat up. It does count down from 90 seconds. 90 seconds we found is the ideal time to really give it that creaminess, that foaminess that we want in the cold milk foam. What's nice about the milk frother is it's easy to make really good quality milk. It's easy to clean after it. You need no training at all to use it. It'll still give you milk as good as, if not better than, a lot of baristas out there. It has the variety built in. It does our foams, our hot, flat, and our cold foams. There's no tubes to clean, nowhere for milk to get blocked, so it's reliable, it's consistent, it'll do the exact same milk every single time. Let's find a large glass so we can really show the creaminess of the foam. There's our cold milk foam. A bit of ice in that, a shot of coffee. We've done it before on the demos. And of course, rinse the frother out again. We haven't shown it now, we have shown it in other demonstrations. You can froth any milk in here. Almond, oat, soy, full cream, skinny. Bronson handles it all. It handles it well. But let's keep this video short because I'm sure it's already so long. It's probably going to end up another one of our 15-20 minute videos, but it is an important one. This is the final prototype. This is the model that the mass production is based on. Yes, there's going to be the final tweak with the water tank and the strip here, but they don't affect the manufacturing process. We can start tooling from this point onwards, and from the tooling it's testing, and then it is the mass production. We're excited about this model. You know what, I said we might vote on some of these, the water tank, so I'll put that up as a poll on the Facebook group. but they're little things. Someone asked, are we happy with it? I'm extremely happy with this. It ticks all the boxes. It's exactly what we wanted to do. The curved corners, the easy access and dishwasher safe inserts, the user interface I love. The direct connections there, it's bloody beautiful. Maybe I'll give a demonstration of that next time, how you plug it in and how it fills. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the quality. I'm loving the colors. This is it. This is what we have been waiting for. We have worked to get to this point. We have been patient to get to this point. We voted on the changes. They've been implemented. I'm excited now to go to the next level to get Bronson on the shelf. All right, there's still some time between now and then, but it is a scheduled time. It fits a very specific process from here on in, tooling, testing, and mass production. This is it. This is the point we've been waiting for. From here, it's go, go, go. It's done. So we ended pre-orders at the 26th. We have almost 3,000 of you on board. Everyone else, unfortunately, has been locked out. From here on in, it's because we need to lock in production numbers, because we are going to that phase now. Within a week, we'll send emails out. We'll also post it on the Facebook group for people to lock in, confirm their orders. And this is it. This is the final run. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for the changes. That increased cup allowance really didn't affect the shape too much, so I'm happy about that. It's Bronson.